From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Friday, April 17th, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. Cisco posts urgent Webex Services warning. Cisco has released security updates to patch 4 critical vulnerabilities, including a fixed improper certificate validation flaw in the company's cloud-based Webex Services platform. This issue also requires further customer action. The CVE-numbered vulnerability was found in the single sign-on integration with Control Hub. A successful exploit could have allowed unauthorized access to legitimate Cisco Webex services, the company said. Customers need to help with the fix, though. Specifically, they must upload a new SAML certificate for their identity provider to Control Hub to avoid service interruption. The CVE numbers for this flaw and 3 others patched on Wednesday are available in the show notes to this episode. Splunk issues fixes for enterprise vulnerability. This was a high-severity flaw in Splunk Enterprise and Cloud platform, which could have led to remote code execution for low-privileged users. Splunk explained that the bug existed because temporary files are improperly handled and are not sufficiently isolated in this directory. The company also addressed 2 medium-severity issues on the same platform. Customers are, of course, advised to ensure that they have applied updates. Git identity spoof tricks Claude into approving bad code. According to a blog published this week from Manifold Security, Anthropic's Claude can be, quote, tricked into approving malicious code with just 2 Git commands by spoofing a trusted developer's identity, end quote. By setting a fake author name and email in Git, the research team made a commit appear to, quote, originate from a trusted source, then passed it through an automated review flow where the model approved it, end quote. In this instance, the researchers say this is not a Git vulnerability. The problem arises when that metadata is treated as a signal of trust. In this case, the model appeared to give weight to the author's claimed identity rather than independently assessing whether the change itself was sound. Big tech companies fail to opt out users who requested. Researchers from privacy organization Webex showed that, quote, several large tech firms are putting ad cookies in user browsers even if they have declined to be tracked, end quote, which contravenes California law. After studying California web traffic in March, the company found that, quote, 194 online advertising services ignore legally defined, globally standard opt-out signals endorsed by regulators, end quote. Companies on Webex list include Google, Microsoft, and Meta. Huge thanks to our sponsor, Conveyor. Happy Friday! Hope there isn't a fresh security questionnaire sitting in your inbox right now. If there is, here's something worth knowing. The teams that have fully automated their customer security reviews didn't just get a better trust center, they switched to an AI platform built for the whole workflow. Conveyor handles Trust Center, questionnaire automation, and self-serve for sales all in one place, with AI keeping the knowledge base current so answers are always accurate. Learn why enterprise SaaS teams choose Conveyor at conveyor.com. That is CONVEYOR.com. Janaware ransomware targets Turkish citizens. Researchers from cybersecurity firm Acronis are warning that cybercriminals are using this new ransomware strain to target people in Turkey. The ransomware enforces execution constraints based on system locale and external IP geolocation. Its ransom demands are very low, around $200 to $400, and this regional focus and relatively small-scale operations helped it remain largely unnoticed. The researchers warn that this case demonstrates how targeted, localized ransomware campaigns can quietly persist in the threat landscape. NIST's NVD changes vulnerability assessment rules. According to Harold Booth, a computer scientist at NIST, the team that runs the U.S. National Vulnerability Database, NVD, hosted by NIST, just cannot keep up with the explosion of new reported vulnerabilities. Speaking at VulnCon 26 in Scottsdale, Arizona last Wednesday, he said the NVD had to, quote, make operational adjustments in how its data analysts enrich vulnerabilities to address the record growth of reported common vulnerabilities and exposures, CVEs. The data analysis will shift to a risk-based approach that will guide how they prioritize which CVE to process and enrich first. This change will include dropping enrichment for all vulnerabilities reported before March 1, 2026, but will retain prioritization of vulnerabilities found in software used by the U.S. federal government or in critical software. Tennessee hospital announces data breach. This attack happened at the Cookeville Regional Medical Center on July 14th of last year, and a subsequent investigation has revealed a significant data breach. The stolen data includes PII plus financial account numbers, medical treatment information, and health insurance policy information of more than 337,000 individuals. The Riceda ransomware group announced the theft on its leak website in August, hoping to sell the data for 10 Bitcoin, at that point worth roughly $1 million. They apparently did not find a buyer and then made the data freely available for download. Fashion retailer Express exposed customers' personal data on the internet. The fashion giant has now patched its website, fixing a security flaw that allowed anyone online to view other people's order details and personal information. At least a dozen of Express's customer orders had been publicly listed in web search engine results. The flaw was accidentally discovered by a security researcher, Ray Bango, who was, quote, investigating a fraudulent purchase on a family member's account, but found no way to report the flaw to Express, end quote. TechCrunch verified that Express uses order numbers that are largely sequential, which made it easy to cycle through thousands of orders by changing the order number in the web address using automated web tools. You have any plans for this Friday? Well, why not join us for the Department of No? Yes, we have moved the show to a new date, Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. The format stays the same. Two experts each week help you figure out how the cybersecurity news of the week impacts your security program. Be sure you're subscribed to the CISO Series YouTube channel to catch every episode and get involved in our chat. And if you have some thoughts on the news from today or about this show in general, please be sure to reach out to us at feedback@cisoseries.com. We would love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.